Hello, welcome back to the Honey Badger. I am Dr. Nefertiti Fox de Fandino, but you can just call me Naf. Today, let's do another reading. So, keep in mind, these are general readings. This is for the general public. It is not a personal reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind for someone else. So if it doesn't resonate, it's not for you. Now, we are going to start moving into shadow work readings. Excuse me. I had finally purchased 2 decks that I did not know existed that work very well with shadow work. One of them is actually called Embracing the Shadow. Hello. So, we're going to be using these. I personally love all the readings that I watch. There is like some positive and negative in a lot of them, but it's predominantly positive. I tend to see a lot of like love and light readings. Not to say those are a bad thing, they need to go away, they do have their purpose, but I feel like there's not enough shadow work readings. So I'm going to start doing some of those. So, spirits, what can we do about our shadow today? What shadow needs to come up to the surface for us to look at? What is in the unconscious mind with the collective today? Almost wanted to come out there. Ah, that was literally all of them. Like, okay, I get it. There's a lot of different a lot of different shadows right now. Let's pick like 1 or 2. How about we do that, spirit? Oh my gosh. So, and if you didn't know, if you don't read cards yourself, every deck has its own personality. My gosh. They all have their own personality. Some of them love to talk, some of them don't. They have their mood swings. They're just like any other spirit, to be honest. I have a deck, it's called True Black Tarot, and it hates having anything stacked on top of it when it is being stored. However, that Embracing the Shadow Oracle deck that I bought, it loves that deck. So I'm actually able to put something on top of it. So it loves to be near that particular deck, and I can feel that energy. Is really cool. All right, so I've got darkness. Your darkness holds forgotten wisdom and power. Power grows through self-trust. Listen. Okay. Excuse, my handwriting is terrible. Your darkness holds forgotten wisdom. It really does. Because again, it's your unconscious mind. So like all of the things that have either happened to you in this lifetime or even stuff that is carried over, has been passed down from generation to generation, that's all in there. It has a lot of wisdom there for you to grab. You just have to be courageous enough to go down into that shadow. There's a lot of power to be had in there, but there's a lot of power in trusting yourself. So yes, these readings can be helpful in guiding you, absolutely, but trust your own instincts, you know? Trust what they're telling you, not just what somebody else is saying. Especially if you are arguing with what a reader is telling you. It's like, that's not me, that doesn't fit, then it's not you, it's not yours. Feel within, like go within, sit with what it is you're concerned about and listen to how your body reacts. How does it feel, right? That's how you start to trust in yourself, is actually listening to your body and its response to everything. But go into the darkness. It's not as scary as you think. We're all, well, I can't say we all are, but a lot of us are afraid of the dark. A lot of us are afraid of what's actually in there. Ooh, there's 2 in that one. Ah! Okay, so I saw this card earlier and I really thought it was pretty. But the card itself isn't a great card. So it says, no thoughts, just vibes. I mean, look how pretty it is. However, this speaks of dissociation, emptiness, and floating. I feel like we're in a space where there's so much uncertainty, there's so much that is just overwhelming that we're disassociating from what's actually happening. Stop. Stop. Ugh, and look at this. So still waiting on a sign. There's doubt, impatience, and divine silence. Right? We are pretending that we're okay, but meanwhile, we are in absolute anxiety. We are trying to look to the stars to find all of the answers instead of, like I said, going within and finding the answers for ourselves. Start listening to what your soul has to tell you. Stop waiting for somebody else to give you all of the answers. You have them. You have them. And look, doubt. The power grows through self-trust. Your power grows through self-trust. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting what you instinctively know. Trust yourself. Trust yourself and stop dissociating. Literally. You want answers, you're going to have to be in the here and the now, and you're going to have to be present with everything that's going on. You can't hope to find a solution to something if you're constantly pretending that it doesn't exist. You can't hope to find a solution to something if, you know, you're just floating through life as if you're just watching everything happen through a window. I did that for a long time. I didn't know what that was. I had no clue what was happening to me, but there were certain situations where I would dissociate, or disassociate as some pronounce it, but it really felt like I was just this little person inside my skull looking out through my eyeballs like windows and watching the world happen. Very weird time for me, to be honest. Look, embracing uncertainty. Not knowing what's next is not failure. It's an opportunity for reinvention, right? So there is this uncertainty. So as it speaks in here, divine silence with this card right here, it may seem like there's nobody there, but they are. They're waiting to see what your next step is going to be. They're waiting to see how you're going to decide to respond and react to the situations that you're in right now. How do you respond and react to silence? Do you just sit in it? Do you relax in it? Or do you panic? Do you panic and just start doing stuff because you don't like silence? Do you just put noise where noise doesn't need to be, and that noise can be chaos? Are we adding chaos into our life simply because we think that there's something wrong when there's silence, when there's stillness? Silence and stillness does not automatically equate to there being something wrong or you having done something wrong. It just means like this space right now needs to happen so that we can recharge, so that we can gather ourselves, so that we can really take time to look at all the information that we've gained thus far before we move into the next thing. Because if you don't have enough time to do like a little bit of a review and you just jump into the next thing, it's going to be so much chaos. You're not going to know how to handle anything because you didn't give yourself time enough to understand that you actually know what you're doing. So embrace that uncertainty. Just embrace it. Let it happen. You don't need to know everything. I personally hate uncertainty. I'm just going to throw my shadow out there, okay? I absolutely hate it. I hate not knowing what's going to happen next. I hate feeling like I failed at something, but we haven't yet. It's just not your time, right? Right now is the time for silence and stillness, so allow that to exist. You also have self-sabotage awareness, right? Where are you unconsciously blocking your own growth? Identify the patterns. So in this time of stillness and quiet, what seems like this disconnection from spirit, take that time, ask that question. Where are you blocking your own growth? Identify what that pattern is. In fact, whenever you are uncomfortable, sit in how it is that you are reacting and responding to that uncomfortable feeling, because it is in that the pattern lies. So pay attention to that, okay? Absolutely pay attention to that. Love that. And of course, I'm seeing her third eye is wide open right here, right? It is wide open. I'm also seeing up here, kind of looks like a lamb and the stars. So this kind of reminds me of like Christianity, Jesus. You may work with Jesus, actually. I'm hearing Mary as well. But have like that Christ-like consciousness. Since it's up on her crown, it's in her hair. Start working with Christ-like consciousness. Because the thing with Jesus is that he didn't let other people influence what he knew was correct. Even if it went against the laws, the rules, even if it went against societal norms, he knew that the way things were going were not correct. This was not something that benefited humanity, nor the planet itself. So he went against the laws, the rules. He went against everything, and he ended up on the cross because of it, right? That was his punishment for it. So he suffered a punishment for humanity, and basically what that means is that he went and did what he knew what was right for humanity, knowing what the consequences were, but he took the consequences anyway because he knew how important it was. So there is something about that here for an individual. So think about that. Are we going against ourselves and what we know is right for us just to please other people? Or are we following what everyone else is doing because we were told that that's the way to do it? Like, for instance, success. Success can look in a myriad of ways. It's not all about, getting that manager position, having the most money, or, yada, yada. Success can just be personal growth. It can just be finally achieving peace within yourself and peace around you, doing what matters to you, what feels right. Sorry, a lot of notifications here. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to what it is that you're doing, the things that you're deciding, and why it is you're deciding to do those things. Is it for you or is it for others? Perfect. I feel like everything is coming out in twos today. Listen, I got this card earlier today. This came out on my Instagram page. So, growth. Absolutely. We got some growth. There's growth to be had. Look how happy he is. Look how joyful. And you can see back here is a little fox back there. For me, because fox is my spirit animal guide, has been with me my entire life. It's also my last name, or my maiden name. To me, it's a guide. It is protection. It is being there to show me every step of the way. In fact, if you think about foxes, they are very cunning, and not necessarily in like a negative way, trying to trap their prey, which they do that. They will trick their prey into thinking that they're harmless and then snag them that way. But they're being smart. They know that their prey is going to run from them because of what is that they are. They're predators. So it found a way to survive. Basically, I'm going to pretend that I am this thing in order to get what it is that I need. Now, survival absolutely is necessary in some parts of our lives, but it's not meant to be the whole thing. We're not supposed to stay in survival mode. But a fox can teach you how to maneuver through difficult situations, especially if it's your first time in that kind of situation. It'll show you the ways to get around and through. So foxes are actually phenomenal teachers. They also hate confrontation, so they're going to find a way around it. But we also have wolves here. We have community. And I love this. It's like the yin and yang. It's the light and the shadow, right? I love that. This speaks to me more so of like integrating both sides of yourself. Not necessarily community as in other people. This actually feels more to me about your internal community. Your divine masculine and divine feminine. You got both. They're both in there. It speaks to me of that, actually. Integrate. Learn to integrate. And I want you to notice, like, on all the branches, there's no leaves. This is winter time. So again, going back to that stillness. Winter, I love winter so much, especially when there's snow on the ground and there's a lot of it, because there's absolute silence, because that snow actually dampens sound. So it's just a silence and stillness, and it's beautiful. It smells wonderful outside. The air smells clean. It feels clean. It just feels refreshing. And it really is the time of year when we really sit and evaluate everything that went on in the year. What went well, what didn't, how can we change moving forward for the next year. Ooh! Oh, what a beautiful card. You know, so again, sit in that stillness. It's a time to evaluate. It's a time to basically do a review, if I get the word out, of what has happened so far in our lives. So, both of these cards are phenomenal. I'll show you in a second. But integrate those things. There's so much growth to be had. There's always a spring after winter. So don't think that this stillness, that this emptiness, that this quiet is forever. It isn't. Because once you have really absorbed and accepted everything that went right and didn't, you can then sit back and relax. And once you get your energy up and going, things will start to move again, because now you're ready. It's just not your time right now. And I'm seeing a Shetland sheepdog. I don't know who that pertains to. I had one growing up. We did not get along because I was not a fantastic person back then. I was a very wounded child, actually, which she hated that. But she's come around in dreams periodically, so sometimes she says hello. But maybe you have a Sheltie that either has passed over, maybe it was from your childhood, but they're still around. I think maybe they have something to show you there. Now, I pulled these two cards out. You've got Destiny and you've got the Sun card. Look how beautiful it is. There's going to be relief. You're going to dance in joy. Look at that sun shining back there. But this card, Destiny. Look at this card. Look at that string of fate, that destined path is about to connect. Okay, he's getting ready to connect it and put it all into place. Everything in balance. Everything in balance. It's coming. You don't have to worry about it. It is coming, okay? It is on its way to you. Now, the Destiny card in here, I can't remember if it's the Wheel of Fortune or if it's the World card. I think it's Wheel of Fortune, actually. So what is destined for you is on its way to you. But you have to relax first. Don't be so impatient. Everything is coming out in twos. That is so interesting to me. Literally everything in pairs. Two of these. I got the Strength card keeps coming up. And the Ace of Swords. There's going to be clarity for you. Okay? There's going to be clarity. So hold tight. Hold tight. It is coming. It is coming. There's absolutely no need to worry. Same thing that happened this morning when I did the reading for Instagram. I had the Growth card, but I also had the Endure card. So endure what is happening right now. Endure that stillness and endure that quiet. Endure what feels like disconnect, because it isn't. It is very purposeful. Clarity is going to come to you the moment that you relax. Clarity can't come to you if there's a lot of chatter going on in your brain. If there is a lot of anxiety and panic happening, you're not going to hear it. So quiet down, be as still as the winter, be as still as snow, be as quiet as snow, all right? Let it come in. Listen to your inner voice. It has all of the answers for you. All right, let's close out this reading. Spirit, Archangel Michael, what message do you have for this group? It looks like good things are on the horizon for them. I'm seeing a lot of gold, the sun. I got the sun card and the destiny card. You can even see like down here, this looks like the sun as well. But then you've got back here in the background, looks like the sun also. And it also looks like a pentacle, so like the coin, like the Ace of Pentacles. It kind of reminds me of that. So there's definitely some good things on the horizon for you. I'm seeing the eggs here in the growth card. So it hasn't hatched just yet, but the seed is there. It's been planted, right? It's being incubated. And I love this card too, because you can kind of see like in the background back here, it looks like a bunch of stars. You have so many spirits back there helping you out. There's more than you can see. You're well protected. You don't have to worry. Everything's gonna be okay. Just check with yourself. Stop pretending that you're good. Really sit and feel with it. I swear to God, if that's 2. Is that 3? Oh, we broke the cycle. Look at that. We broke the cycle. We now have 3 cards instead of 2. Luna. Luna being the moon, again, speaks of the unconscious. It speaks of the shadows. So it's really sitting with it. Really sitting with the intuition as well, because the moon is associated with the intuition, the high priestess. But all this blue, it actually kind of reminds me of the ocean. So I feel like there are a lot of emotions that we have been avoiding. And it's time to stop avoiding it. Stop avoiding those emotions and actually work through them. It's the only way out. Give yourself grace and gratitude, right? Give yourself grace for the way that you handled things, for the way that things went, even if they were unplanned, didn't go very well. Give yourself grace. You're only human, you know? You're having a human experience. This is the human condition. So just allow it to be what it is. But have gratitude for every lesson that you've learned, all the wisdom and knowledge that you've gained. Have gratitude for everything it is you have right now, whether you feel like it's a lot or a little. Doesn't matter. Have gratitude for all of it. Have gratitude for life. Have gratitude for this experience. And have gratitude for those that are helping you. They are there with you always. Again, a lot of gold, you know. Even here we got the Pendragon sword. What a powerful sword to have. Ugh. In fact, I feel like I want to read this one. Because I feel this is very protective, but it also feels like all powerful too. So let me find here. All right. Yes, everything in nature is a wonderful miracle. Isn't the little bird flying through the vast sky a miracle? Right? How beautiful. Again, it's having gratitude for everything. So, Pendragon Sword is balanced power. Hello. This consecrated sword represents balanced power and wisdom, qualities bestowed only to those who have earned them. If you have this card coming out, you have earned it, plain and simple. This is a coming of age for you. Much can be accomplished now with relative ease, provided you remain balanced and grounded. Okay, so like we're talking about, you are bestowed the power of the dragon, ruler, king, and magician. Again, a very powerful sword to have, an all-powerful sword. This great honor and privilege is also a great responsibility. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because it isn't just about you anymore. It's about how you affect everybody around you. And think about that. especially when we are in the self-sabotage, when we're in that uncertainty and we start going into that panic, we start getting into all the anxiety patterns and things like that. We're not just affecting ourselves, we're affecting everybody around us as well. But same goes for having that ultimate power and knowing that everything is going to go well for you. Don't let it go to your head, okay? Says you can hold this power indefinitely for as long as you honor, respect, and use it wisely. Every atom belonging to me as good belongs to you. From Walt Whitman. Now, that feels very much to me like the Sun card, this Pendragon sword. There is a lot of wisdom to be had here. There is a lot of abundance to be had as well. So this is what is on the horizon for you. So if you are in a panic, if you are worried, don't. Just relax. Everything is happening as it should. Respond. Don't react. Okay? Responding is really thinking it through before putting it into action, whereas reaction is acting without thought. So we want to make sure that we are responding and not reacting to what is currently happening in our life. Just know it is happening for a reason. It is all going to plan. There is nothing out of the ordinary here. Archangel Michael is letting you know you've got all the power, man. Look at this. And the brown. I love the brown that's in here because that reminds me so much of grounding. So to wield this power, you do have to be very grounded. Grounded and centered. So you got the gold and you got the brown in there. So it's like bringing the two chakras down and up to the center so that all the chakras can be balanced, because it isn't just the 7 main ones that we talk about. It is all the chakras throughout the body. There's over 100 of them. They are energy centers or energy points in the body where things can get stuck. So I want to make sure that everything is well balanced so that the energy is flowing well throughout. So you have so much good coming. I cannot express it enough. You just have to get over the hump of that uncertainty. You just have to allow yourself to sit in the void, to sit in silence, because it is very temporary. Please know that. Now, I'm going to leave it there. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And also, I am starting to do scrying with my candle, which is also a form of divination. So it's a different way to get these messages. And it's also a way for you to practice your own scrying techniques, but also for you to strengthen your clairvoyance. So if you're interested in that, like and subscribe, follow this page, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.